Now, luckily, I had some time to sit on this because I was at the family party watching this game, and it took me time to say goodbye to everybody before I drove home and was able to record. The Sixers fall in overtime, and I am disturbed. I really am, okay? Because, yes, you can look at it and say, this team, they were close, they went to overtime and lost, they were in this game. They lost. They lost. It was embarrassing. We can't beat the Celtics ever. Where do we begin? Do we begin with not being able to defend guards? Do we look at that as a problem? Do we look at the 19 turnovers that result in 22 points? Do we look at the embarrassment of down the stretch play in overtime where we couldn't get any positive looks on the offensive side of the floor? Do we look at the fact that we had an opportunity after Kyrie Irving makes an outstanding shot over Jimmy Butler where he gets a friendly roll to tie the game up in the end of regulation? We go down the court with the shot clock unplugged and Jimmy Butler doesn't get a look? Brett Brown has timeouts and he doesn't use them, and we get J.J. Redick to take a jump shot, which it wasn't a bad look, but my point is, one, why are you not calling timeout, Brett Brown? Why are you not drawing up a play to win the basketball game? And two, why are we not giving Jimmy Butler the isolation look? We've seen him do it with success and win us basketball games. We've seen him do it. Why are we not going to Jimmy Butler? I will in that spot. When I saw Ben Simmons dribbling the ball, wasting the clock, I'm thinking to myself, okay, here comes Jimmy off the wing. Where did he go? Why are we not going to him there? It blows my mind that there was no use of the timeout and there was not a play call for Jimmy Butler. I'm sick and tired of the J.J. Redick coming off the dribble handoff, coming around. It's overused. It's our only play. Like Jimmy Butler in isolation, I will live and die with that play. We've seen him win us games like that. It bothers me. This team bothers me because, once again, on the big stage, we don't come up and win. And we had the chance to. Looking at what happened with all the turnovers, with all the sloppy play, with Kyrie Irving going off in regulation, him having 16 points in the first quarter. We had a chance to win, but we didn't. And now we look at our wins against teams above 500, and it's not there. And we look at our bench play scoring nothing for us until, halfway through the third quarter? Mike Muscala hitting one bucket, but just literally pulling up from three consistently? Oh, it's terrible. I look at Jimmy Butler, I'll look at Joel Embiid, and they played good games today. Jimmy Butler ended with 24. Embiid had 34 and 16, and he went through spurts of domination. Both of those guys in the third quarter was just great, outstanding. May I add, when our bench did have success in the third quarter, we had a push, we had a run, and we were actually leading the basketball game. It's crazy how when your bench can actually perform and give you something, the team plays better. You're doing better in the quarter. Oh, it's just so frustrating. Wilson Chandler had a good night. Down the stretch, he had clutch free throws, hitting big-time threes to give us a lead. He ended with 15. I like what I saw out of Wilson tonight, but, I don't know how much more I can say this, okay? Because here's the problem. We're not fixing anything. Am I wrong? How long have we been discussing turnovers as an issue? Come on. All the time. I swear to you, it's ridiculous. 19 turnovers. It's a joke. And how much did we just fall apart late? We just fell into this garbage play of basketball in overtime. No clue what to do with the ball. Getting no good looks whatsoever, while you have Kyrie Irving hitting 2 clutch-ass three-pointers when he needed to. Now, he scored 40, which is awesome, but he took 33 shots to do so. I'm not knocking him. He was a star tonight, and he won him the game, but he did take 33 shots, which is an obnoxious amount to score 40. But I'm not knocking it. I would take that any day for a W. I'm just pointing it out. Morris and Tatum do their things. But I don't know what we can do. To me, this team doesn't have it, and they're not even close. They're not close. Their bench depth is beyond horrible. The worst in the National Basketball Association. And now I'm starting to look at this coaching. I am. The Brett Brown thing, I don't hate him. I don't think he's a horrible coach. But for some reason, this team isn't as effective as I think they should be. And I know their roster is a little screwed up. But why is Kyrie Irving getting guarded by T.J. McConnell? And I get it, because now, when you think about it, who else can we possibly put out there to guard him? It comes with the roster flaw, I guess. But J.J. Redick is getting torched. T.J. McConnell is getting torched. We can't defend. We can't defend whatsoever. Let's get to Ben Simmons tonight, because he had 11, 14, and 8, and he hit a jump shot. And you can look at that stat line and say, that's not that bad. He stunk tonight. And once again, when the big game matters, he doesn't perform to the level that we need him to. Once again, the Celtics come up with a master game plan to stop this guy, to back off by 500 feet off of him, and he can't do anything because he has no jump shot and he's not effective. There is a problem. A big concern for me is this guy's just not going to be able to be elite. He's not going to be able to take the next step because he can't shoot, and teams can defend him. Good teams like the Celtics. It's easy as hell. It's easy as hell to defend. Just play off of them. I don't care. I'm sick and tired and done with wins against the Hawks, the Suns, the Hornets, the Clippers, whatever. I'm done. I'm sick and tired of the crappy teams where you get these wins where they're not good squads. And I'm not disrespecting the Clippers. I get it. They are what they are. But I'm done with the Hawks, the Hornets, the Pistons, the this, the that, the terrible squads. I don't care about those wins. This pisses me off that we can't win. We can't beat this team. We can't beat the Bucks. There are fans out there saying that, who cares, bros? You're on the road. You went into overtime. The team's still good. I see it differently. I really do. I see it differently. This team is not even close. You could be a fourth seed. You could be a fourth seed, but guess what? The fourth seed and where you want to be, there's a big, big gap. We don't compare to the Celtics, even though their record is crap and not what we expected them to be. They're by far better than us. We're nowhere near Toronto or the Bucks. This team doesn't have enough. Their style of play isn't good enough. Their defensive liabilities, especially at the guard position, isn't good enough. Their bench stinks. Ben Simmons can't shoot the ball, and it will kill us when it matters. It will kill us when it matters. I talked about the aggressive Ben, the 26-point Ben, the 26, 12, and 8 Ben. And I don't care what the stat line reads tonight. I am pissed off that Ben can't come out and dominate against good teams. He can't. I don't care what the stat line says. I am really frustrated with tonight. Clearly, I'm running off of emotion. Clearly, I'm really disgusted. But this is how I feel right now in this very moment. But there is a big gap, in my opinion, to us and the other teams. And we just don't compete enough. We don't compete with that. I won't say we don't compete enough. It's not like the team isn't giving us effort. They're giving us effort and competing. They don't have enough, and their style of play is weak, and their coach isn't calling timeouts to win a ball game, to draw up a play. I just don't get it. And why are we not going to Jimmy Butler? I can't get that out of my mind. It's just delusional to me to not go to Jimmy Butler in an isolation there. He's won you multiple games. I don't want to hear that JJ got a good look. It's the wrong thing to do to, first off, not call timeout, and second off, not go to Jimmy Butler. Fine, if you gave it to Joel and B, whatever. But Joel was tired as hell. My option is clearly Jimmy Butler in that situation. Joel was tired, and you can see the difference when Al Horford is in the game compared to when he's not. Al Horford makes that man work. Even if Joel gets his points and he does his thing, dude, Al Horford makes Joel Embiid tired. And you can see. And I'm not knocking Joel for being tired down the stretch in overtime. Like, I get it. It's hard work to get down low. It's hard work to try and go to town down there to Al Horford. But their game plan is effective against him because at some point it tires him the hell out. And if Al Horford wasn't on a minute restriction, it probably would have been worse. I'm just so upset. That's all I have to say. And, we lose again. We lose again to a good team. And it's consistent. And it's the same issues. And I don't know what we're going to do about it. Let me know what you think down below. I'll see you next time. Merry Christmas, by the way.